Hey Scott, hey everyone else. So yeah, I haven't had a huge week of running this week. I made a couple of excuses throughout the week that sort of meant I didn't end up running as much as I would have liked. But I'm also just taking it as it comes. I'm accepting it, the week, for what it's been, and I'm not really too upset about it. It's just being aware that, yeah, some of these excuses are kind of legitimate. They're okay, but if I get into a habit of making excuses or making certain excuses, it's just gonna obviously end up not being ideal for my running progress. I have to be able to troubleshoot excuses and figure out, yeah, why I made them and what's gonna change in the weeks to come. Am I gonna keep making those same excuses, and is it gonna become a habit? So for me, the things that kept me from running this week, I did do one run. It was a 5K park run, and yeah, at the moment, because me and my whole family are doing park run, it's very easy to do. It's definitely going to happen every week at the moment, which is great. So 5Ks just in the schedule at a fastish pace, because I usually push pretty hard at park run. So that's great, just to have something guaranteed to happen every week. And I did do a good park run. I enjoyed it. I did like 21:30-ish, which is the fastest I've done since last year. So yeah, it was a good run. I'm getting better each week. I'm noticing that. But yeah, the other things that kept me from running this week, one was the heat. I had a really hot week, which had peak temperatures of like 36 degrees for most days, Celsius, obviously. And so yeah, that kept me from running most of the week, unfortunately, during the days especially. And I'm just finding it almost impossible to get out for a run before work starts, especially if I need to travel. So that's something to be aware of, that morning runs aren't really working during the week for me. And yeah, the only real time that I do get to run other than that is in the evening, and usually late, like sort of after dinner and after it's settled to like 9-10 p.m. at night. I've left to go for runs in previous weeks. And that's really good. I can fit that in pretty much any day of the week. I do get less sleep when I do it. But the main reasons why I would miss that late night run is because I've either got plans that night, so I'm already booked, or yeah, I don't know, maybe it's still hot, or yeah, I think actually probably the biggest excuse is just not feeling like it though. So going, like, you know, you start winding down for the evening and you're just about to go to bed, and then you're like, oh, I need to do a run that's really long or whatever, and that's not very motivating. If I get myself into the right headspace, I can be motivated to do it, but on a whole, it's generally hard. So yeah, this is something to be aware of. And so ultimately, I don't think it'll be great to just always run after 9 o'clock. I don't think that's possible. I think maybe once or twice a week is good, but as far as assuming every run is going to be that late at night, it's going to be pretty hard to keep motivated to keep doing that. But fortunately, at least the heat problem next week is not going to be hot at all. I think some days are going to be less than 20 degrees Celsius for the high. So that's perfect. Like, I love that sort of weather. It's great. So I should be able to definitely get in my mileage next week, which is really positive. And we're also coming out of summer slowly. Like, I know I've still got February, which is generally the hottest month in Melbourne, but there's only one more month before autumn comes, and yeah, hopefully I'll get to my cooler running periods pretty soon. I think actually though, I'm very happy with how my summer's gone so far, considering summer is by far the hardest running season for me. So I'm not beating myself up too much about it, just trying not to get into the habit of missing runs because it's too hot. But then the main reason why I miss my runs over the weekend, well, Sunday especially, because Sunday is really my key run of intervals that I really don't want to miss during the week. But I did miss it because I got my third jab of COVID vaccine stuff on Saturday after the park run. And yeah, just was not feeling up to it on the next day. It wasn't bad, like my reaction to it. Wasn't terrible, but just left me not able really to run without pain. So yeah, decided not to run, and I probably won't be able to run into the start of next week a little bit, but I'm sure it'll clear up fine and I'll be able to be running well before the end of the week and get all my mileage in for sure. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going away next week as well, to the beach, staying there with a bit for work, which will be really nice and relaxing, and yeah, be easy to fit in the mileage, I think. But we'll see how it goes. Make sure you check it out next week, Thursday, for my next video. And yeah, Scott will have one on Tuesday as well for next week. Thanks guys, I'll catch you then. Bye.